Hey y'all, and welcome back to At the Table. It's that time. School is starting again, and today I have with me Miss Isabella Faison, and we're going to talk a little bit about some back to school tips to get everybody back into a routine. So Isabella, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you. I am Isabella Faison. I'm a health educator at the Bladen County Health Department. And so today we're going to be talking about a few tips to keep your child happy and healthy during the school year. So the first tip is to make sure that you provide a healthy sleep routine for your child. And so you want to try and go ahead and get that sleep routine started about 1 to 2 weeks before school starts. And you can also look on the CDC to see how much sleep they suggest depending on their age.
All right. So it depends on age how much sleep
Yes,
they need.
yes.
Okay. All
So around 13 and 18, they need around 8 to 10 hours of sleep.
Okay. And two, I know that making sure you get enough of physical activity will help you sleep too. And children need about 60 to 120 minutes of physical activity.
Yes, that'll definitely help them sleep better at night.
All right.
And the next step is to provide a healthy and nutritious breakfast in the morning. And so that really helps the kids to stay focused during the school days and to learn.
Great. So what is your go-to breakfast?
My go-to breakfast are the egg bites. I love a little egg bite with some sausage and cheese. It's perfect in the morning.
Yes. And of course, there's lots of other options too. Smoothies are a great option. You can add in fruits, you can add in veggies, you can add in protein powder, yogurt, pancakes and sausage are really good. And you can put those in a muffin tin too to kind of like bake them up and then pop them in the freezer and take them out whenever you're ready to eat them.
Yes, that's a great idea. And then the next step is to make sure to plan for safe travels to and from school. So there's a variety of ways to get to school, but make sure that it's safe and that your child knows that option. So you could travel by bus or by car or also biking and walking.
Okay, great. Those sound like wonderful ways to, get in your physical activity, walking or biking to school. Are there any other tips to help us parents?
Yes, so you want to make sure to remind your child to stay buckled up when they're in their car seat in the car. And if they're in a bus, make sure that they stay facing towards the front because that's the safest option for them.
Okay. Are there any safety tips for waiting at the bus stop? Because that can be a very hairy location.
Yes, that's very important. You want to make sure that your child waits until the bus is completely stopped to approach it, and then they want to look both ways before getting on the bus.
Okay, great. Are there any other tips in getting children back into a routine other than starting on that bedtime routine 2 weeks before? Are there any other tips or just?
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, is to just start a little bit earlier to make sure that they can get used to that time. And we all know that kids, their summer bedtime is a little bit different than their school bedtime.
Yes,
so that's a great way to get into that routine.
Great. All right. Well, thank you for all of your information. It's very helpful. And then today we are actually going to work on some easy, quick breakfast ideas for in the morning, as well as some different lunch options for your kid. Kind of change it up just a little bit. So we'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes.
Welcome to Cork and Brew Roseboro, where you can enjoy your favorite coffee, fraps, smoothies, bakery items, sandwiches, and select beer and wines while reconnecting with friends and family. Sit down and enjoy the experience. Come on by and give us a try.
The average American household has 17 devices connected to the internet. With more and more devices able to get online, you may need to increase your internet speed. Call Star Communications today and let us help you select the package that's right for you.
Computer viruses, malware, and ransomware are out there. They're dangerous, and they can steal your identity and damage your equipment. Star Communications is now offering Protect IQ. This service adds an extra layer of protection to every device connected to your network, working quietly in the background. Star can help you protect yourself from the inside out with Protect IQ. Call Star today and take advantage of this free service when you sign up for whole home Wi-Fi with Star Communications.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So we just talked about healthy, or one of the tips I should say that we talked about was having a very healthy meal options, food, right? So breakfast is so very important. And I know whenever we're in school or we're trying to get ready, sometimes it can be very rushed. So today I'm gonna make egg bites. And they're really good, they're very versatile. You can kind of interchange ingredients. And the cool thing is you can freeze them. And then whenever you need them, just pop it out of the freezer, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and you're ready to go. And Miss Isabella is going to make some roll-ups for lunch. So to start with the egg bites, we will brown a half a pound of sausage in a pan, and I've got my pan on about medium-high heat. And you can start whenever you're ready.
Great.
That's perfectly fine. So did you eat in the school cafeteria or did you take your lunch to school?
I was a little bit of a mix.
Okay.
I would eat the school cafeteria food for specific foods only. So pizza was one of the foods that I would eat at the school cafeteria.
Yes. My favorite was the vegetable beef soup with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, yes.
That was my favorite.
That was so good. It was perfect, especially when it was extra cold outside.
Exactly, exactly. And so, you know, nutrition is so important for children because children are in a constant state of growth and development, basically.
Right.
So it's important that they get enough vitamins, minerals, protein to help them develop. Now, if you prefer bacon over sausage, you could absolutely just chop up some bacon, do the same thing, and throw it into these egg bites. Now, when you're cooking sausage, especially ground sausage, you want to make sure that it is cooked to an internal temperature of 155 degrees. That's to make sure you kill any sort of harmful bacteria that may be there. Whenever we talk about nutrition, our children should get, you know, a good variety of fruits, a good variety of vegetables, also good healthy grains, as well as protein and dairy. Dairy is very important because it's a good source of calcium as well as vitamin D. And like I said, children are in a continual state of growth and development, so that calcium really helps develop good, strong bones. And it's a good foundation for later in life because, you know, as we age, our bones start to degrade and become brittle. So we want to make sure we have good, strong bones.
I like getting my dairy in through yogurt.
Yes. Yeah, there's multiple ways. Like you've got milk, you've got yogurt, cheese. You know, what kid doesn't love cheese, right? The sausage is done. I'm going to turn my burner off and move it here and move on to the next step. So in a bowl, you are going to mix together 6 eggs, 1.5 cups of milk, salt, pepper, and a little bit of oregano. How are the wraps going over there? Tell us what you're making, Isabella.
So I am making a little pizza wrap. So I'm just using a flour tortilla, and then I have these turkey pepperonis and some marinara sauce, and I've just put that all over the tortilla. And next I'm gonna put some cheese on it.
Okay.
And then it's gonna go into the oven.
Great, great. And this is a perfect place to like make some healthy options or switches here. So you could definitely do a whole wheat tortilla. You could do turkey pepperoni. You could do veggies even. It's totally up to you. All right. You need me to slide that into the oven for you? Okay. Oh, did you forget the cheese?
I did.
That might be an important ingredient. That's all right. It happens. I can't tell you how many times I have forgotten an ingredient and I'm like, oh my gosh. Or maybe I misread something and I put too much of something or too little of something. So again, this is a 1/2 cup or 1.5 cups of milk, sorry. All right, pour that in. And then again, like I said, we want some oregano. This is going to give a little bit of flavor. And then a little bit of salt. So we're going to get this tortilla into the oven to melt that cheese. I'm going to mix this together, and whenever we come back, I'll show you what it looks like before we put it in the oven. See you guys in a bit.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Providing fewer commutes, more backyard offices, and crystal clear meetings. Providing less, you froze up, and more presence in your presentations. Providing a better internet experience. Providing possible.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So we're gonna finish up these egg muffins here, and while I'm thinking about it, let me grab the tortilla out of the oven. We put the tortilla in the oven to melt the cheese just slightly. That way, whenever we roll it up, it kind of acts as a glue and sticks together.
Right.
So, all right, so now once your sausage is done, you've got your egg mixture here. You're going to spoon a little bit of sausage into the bottom of your muffin tin. Make sure you spray it with some sort of cooking spray really well. I'm just going to spoon it into the bottom. Other ways that you could make this dish or these muffins even healthier, you could do, instead of, 6 whole eggs, you can do like half, whole egg and then an egg white to make it a little healthier. This is also a good dish that you can add in veggies. You could absolutely take the meat out and do a vegetarian option. You can do peppers, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes. You could do even like a tomato, spinach, and feta combination if you wanted to. All right, we've got the sausage in here. And then now you're just going to spoon in, I would say about 1/4 cup of the egg mixture into the muffins right on top of the sausage. You want to make sure you leave room at the top for the eggs to expand, because they are going to puff up in the oven. And then once we get all of these filled, we will add cheese on top. I think I'm gonna have to start making those roll-ups for myself.
Yes, they smell so good.
Yeah. So what can you add with the roll-ups to make it a well-balanced meal? Because we want those fruits and veggies.
Right. So that's why I have some celery here. So this would go perfect with this little pizza roll-up, but you could also use other veggies like peppers or mushrooms. Stuff that you would find on a supreme pizza would be great with this.
Absolutely.
And then also I have some blueberries to add with this for the fruit component.
You could absolutely make even like a little fruit salad to go in there. You know, blueberries, watermelons, strawberries. The combinations are endless. And 2, this is a good time whenever you're picking out ingredients for your child's lunch. Let them go with you and pick out, you know, the fruits and vegetables that they enjoy. They're more apt to eat them, you know, if they've had some sort of, you know, say so in what is picked out. All right, so I've got my muffin cups filled, and now we get to top it with cheese. You can use any sort of cheese here, whatever you like. I'm just using like a mixture of cheddars. Throw these in. The cool thing about the muffin pans is you could do 4 one way, 4 another way, and just switch it up. I think in some of these, I'm going to add some green peppers and onions. And it's your choice whether you saute them first or just put them in raw. They're going to cook either way. Yeah. Will you come and make lunch for me?
Yes, anytime.
All right, yeah. So again, just some green peppers here. And just sprinkle them in here like that. All right. You know, we've been talking a lot about children, but good nutrition is very, I mean, it's good for everybody. Everybody needs to eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, your good lean proteins, things like that, healthy fats, reduce your sodium, try not to add too much salt. That's, I think, our biggest problem here in the U.S. is too much salt. All right, so we've got our muffins ready. I'm going to pop them in the oven. You want to make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and they are going to bake for about 25 or 30 minutes. Those are in the oven. I'll set my timer. So that looks good. Are there any other combinations that we could make?
Yes, so another combination would be to use this tortilla again and do a little turkey and a cheese little wrap with that and do the same concept.
Cool. And you could absolutely add like lettuce or spinach to that, mustard, mayonnaise, whatever. You could do another combination of fruit and veggies. And that's ensuring that your child gets all of the nutrition that they need to have a healthy, hearty lunch and to make sure that they do well in school. All right, whenever we come back, we'll finish everything up and we'll talk a little more about nutrition.
Eastern North Carolina is a beautiful place where we gladly choose to call home, and we strive to provide the best communications services. STAR is committed to improving communications to all our service areas because we want to improve the communities where we not only work, but also live. STAR Communications. We are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, we're back, and like I said, I put the muffins in the pan before we took a little break. They're still cooking, so while they're cooking, Isabella is going to do another wrap for us, and she's going to do a turkey and cheese wrap.
Yes.
All right, so again, we've been talking a whole lot about nutrition for children. So protein is a very important part of adequate nutrition. So protein, it provides, obviously, protein, which is needed for the cell development and cell reconstruction. It's got lots of vitamin E and B, iron. And iron is important because it carries our blood through our body. Grain is also very important. So they would get grain from the tortilla shell here. Kids need about 7 to 9 ounces of grain each day. And half of those grains need to be whole grains. So again, to make this wrap a healthier option, you could absolutely use a whole wheat tortilla shell instead of a just regular flour tortilla. And then the turkey, again, going back to the proteins, is a great source of lean proteins. And that's what we want whenever we're talking about proteins. But you can also get it from peanut butter, nuts. Milk is also a great source of protein. Dairy, again, we mentioned dairy is very important. They need about 3 cups of dairy, and that can be anything like we mentioned. It could be milk, it could be cheese. So there's cheese on this. So again, we've got protein, we've got dairy, we've got cheese in here. So, and then moving on to our fruits and vegetables. Half of their plate needs to be fruits or vegetables. They're low in fat, low in calories. They're full of vitamins, especially A and C. You know, vitamin A, or I should say vitamin C, sorry, is very helpful in healing cuts, keeping our skin healthy. It also helps keep our gums and teeth strong. And that's definitely important for our children as they grow and develop. Vitamin C is also important for the repair of all body tissue. Again, nutrition is important to optimal growth of our children. It provides necessary building blocks. It also helps boost their immunity, you know, especially our little kids, you know, whenever they go into school, they're always got the sniffles or they're sick. So the more nutrients, the more vitamins that you can provide them, the healthier they are going to be. Good nutrition also enhances their cognitive function. There's a lot of our fruits, vegetables, grains that provide folate, which is good for brain development, as well as choline. Choline is very important for brain health. And also making sure they have lots of good nutrition, again, helps them focus while they are in class, helps them learn. And then starting a good foundation with good nutrition will prevent health issues throughout their life. So as they get older, they have this good foundation. I need to eat my vegetables. I need to eat fruits, grains, proteins. And so that prevents things like diabetes, heart disease, possibly cancers later in life. So you're setting your child up for success whenever you give them a good, healthy meal.
Right.
So that wrap over there looks amazing. And again, like Isabella mentioned before, you can pair this with grapes. You could pair it with a sliced apple. You could even throw some peanut butter in there to dip the apple in. You could even, if maybe the wrap didn't have cheese or if it was something else, you could put little cheese squares, little bites, cubes in there with some whole grain crackers. And as I mentioned, make sure you get your kids in there. Let them shop with you. That's definitely going to help. Planning ahead for your menu also helps. And is there anything else that you can add that you think I've missed, Isabella?
This meal looks amazing. I would definitely like this for lunch if I was a kid.
Right, yeah.
Even now as an adult, I would like to eat this lunch.
Exactly. It looks super yummy and it's a great finger food. You can just pop it in your mouth, especially for those little ones. All right, well, that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us again here at the Table, and we will see you guys next time.